it's Anna. She just got some new hair. Yeah, so I just colored my hair with overtone golden brown, and I just wanted to kind of play around and do a makeup look and do something kind of soft, glam, and pretty, and do like a full face tutorial showing you how I got this whole look, because I need to take pictures modeling this hair, and I also need to take some pictures modeling some glasses. So I figured 2 birds, 1 stone. Get 2 birds stoned at once, am I right? Yeah. So I have a nice soft glam look. This is kind of a go-to look I use for formal events. Anytime I need to look classy and nice and put together and don't want to do a super duper full-on glam. This is also a look that I use a lot on clients. I just adjust the tones of the eyeshadow to suit them best, but it is one that can work for a variety of skin tones, skin types, ages. Like, you can put this is a look you can wear at 16 to prom, you can wear it at 65 to your retirement party. It is one of those versatile looks that just look universally pretty on everyone and is flattering on everyone. You can tailor it super easy to suit anyone. I especially think this is beautiful on mature skin, particularly this eye look. But yeah, the skin is just nice, soft, no over-the-top highlight, a nice red lip, because that is a classic glam to me element, and we use a lot of nice bougie products because we're feeling bougie today. Yeah, if you want to hang out with me and see how I got this full look, we're talking eyeshadow, skin, everything, the whole kit caboodle. Just stick around, and without further ado, let's go ahead and get into that look. And don't forget to like and subscribe and comment down below. Alright, let's get into this look. Yeah, my hair is a different color. This is overtone in golden brown. I think it looks like black honey, and it's kind of pretty, and I'm loving it for this time of year. It's kind of perfect. Wish I had done it actually earlier in like October or beginning of November. Alright, I'm just dusting a little bit of translucent powder over my lids. So today I'm going to use Modern Renaissance from Anastasia Beverly Hills, which you can see is a very well loved palette for me. I just thought this would be kind of perfect for doing a nice soft glam, like a very soft glam look. This is almost just an extremely versatile look. I want to do a look that's not going to distract from my hair or some glasses I'm going to be modeling later, because I am doing a little bit of a hair and eyeglasses photo shoot today because I've gotten a few sponsorships and I need to do the content for them. So I'll take this opportunity to get ready to do those and do a nice soft pretty look that still fits my brand and isn't gonna be too distracting. And excuse my skin today. You see this business? I don't know what's going on, but my chin has decided to just explode into pimples and rough and dry. I guess it's the season change because it got like dramatically cold here. So I'm gonna go ahead and start my eyes as usual, even though I'm doing a softer look. It's just at this point, it's just a comfort thing. I can do my eyes and not have to worry about any mess that I might make. Okay, so first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my big old fluffy brush here. Well, it's not the hugest fluffy brush in the world, it's just a decent size. This is the e.l.f. Fluffy Eye Blender. I'm gonna jump into Tempera because I want to lay this down just below the brow, right in here, just to give the eyeshadow something to blend into and to highlight that brow bone. So I've also done my brows already. I've primed my eyes with CoverGirl to Cover Concealer, and then over top of that I've had a tiny bit of Milani eyeshadow primer, and then a teensy bit of translucent powder, and then I'm taking this just right there under the brow bone. Golden Ochre is what I'm going with next, and because it's kind of a mustardy, odd brown shade, I think it'll kind of tie in nicely with my hair today. This is just one of my favorite like shades in general because it's such an odd, pretty shade. I'm going to use this as my transition. Taking out my fluffy brush and bringing it right into the transition area. Hair color came out quite different than I was expecting it, but I kind of like it. Like, I don't know, it's kind of pretty, isn't it? It's so rich. That's the way to describe this, is a very rich color. I'm not good at committing to a hair color, so this is a semi-permanent, so it will fade out, so I'm okay with that. But I can honestly say I've never had this hair color before. Alright, so next I'm going to take raw sienna, I think. Yeah. I'm gonna bring that a little bit lower into the crease, tap off my brush. What's weird is I tap my brushes off way more when I'm with clients than I do on myself. So I'm trying to get in the habit of tapping my brushes off as much as I do on clients on me, so I make less of a mess on myself. I have a much heavier hand when I'm doing my own makeup than I do when I'm doing a client's makeup. A very light hand with clients because you have to. Yeah, that looks pretty, doesn't it? Yeah, it's quite nice. I took a little bit more golden ochre to run around this outside area because I have such a large brow bone. Lid real estate, whatever. I try to minimize it just a little because it can make my brow bone look huge, and it can also be kind of aging. Right, back in raw sienna. This is like the epitome of what you do when you're blending eyeshadows. Is you go back and forth, you blend, you build. You use a very light hand, working light layers. You can see how I've kind of angled the brush up, and I'm really focusing it into that crease now. I'm taking the brush straight on. This brush has a little tip on it, or a little tapered part, so it gets right in there very well. So I'm tucking it, just following around my actual like eyeball. Okay, and next I'm gonna take this e.l.f. Eyeshadow brush, I think blending brush. It's kind of flat. It's a flat, fluffy brush, and I don't know. I just really like the shape of it. I don't have one quite like this from any other brand, and I think it performs quite nicely. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take Cypress Umber, really knock off that excess, and start here on this outer corner and just start patting and kind of wiggling and working it into the outer V. And just kind of blend out and blend right into here. I have all the products on one side of the brush. Softly blend it, start building up some depth. Now I'm flipping the brush over with the products on the upper part. Taking it right out here. As much as I knocked off of that brush, I still have some fallout because that's just Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadows. On building that up until I get the depth that I'm happy with. And kind of start to pull it over just a little bit into the crease. And then I take the blending brush earlier and just soften those edges. Make sure there's no skipping or harshness and everything's just flowing. Kind of pulling it out into a winged shape. Alright, I'm going to go back in with a little bit of raw sienna and just blend those edges. This little stubbier brush from BH Cosmetics. I'm going to take Cypress Umber, really knock off the excess. Get right into this outer V here. In circular motions, kind of wiggle it in there. And dust across. Inward just a little bit. Oh, I just hit pan on Cypress Umber. Oh my gosh. I think this is the only eyeshadow palette I've ever hit pan on because I've used it that much. It's really one of my go-to palettes. Yeah, I'm just blending that right in there. Just building up that depth. Alright, now I'm going to take my big fluffiest brush again. Make sure it's clean. I'm going to take raw sienna and just dust around this edge just to blend it. Alright, clean that off a little bit on the paper towel. I'm going to go back in golden ochre again around that edge. Now I'm going to take my little e.l.f. blending brush, the flattish one again. I'm going to clean off all that Cypress Umber best I can. And I'm going to take Tempera. I'm going to take it on this inner part of the lid right here. Just blend across. Alright, and go back in my brush that had Cypress Umber just to make sure that it's smooth right there in the middle. Okay, I think that is pretty much the eyeshadow done now. Let's move on to the lower lash line. I'm gonna clean up this little bit of fallout right here first, just to get that out of the way. I'm gonna take some concealer and just conceal under there just a little bit, just to kind of act as a primer. I'm just patting it on with my finger. Again, I'm using the CoverGirl Undercover Concealer for this. It's actually, I'm quite enjoying it at the moment. I think the e.l.f. one and this one are favorites right now. You can see all where I've knocked off my brush using my hand. Just, you can see all over my hand. My hands are a mess, especially when I'm working on a client. I'm covered in makeup and I'm constantly washing my hands, which you should do obviously when you're working on clients. Keep your hands very clean and sanitized and everything, but like especially though just from makeup. I usually have eyeshadow and eyeliner and everything else in my hands because I use the back of my hand as a palette a lot. Just again, my hands are clean. I'm not using dirty hands on the client. You know, hand sanitizer right there. I'm constantly sanitizing the whole time. Okay, try to wipe some of that off though. Now what I'm gonna do is go onto the lower lash line here. I'm gonna use a smaller, a little bit more of a concentrated brush. All right, I'm gonna take raw sienna and start pulling that underneath the lower lash line. I'm using like a smudge brush. I feel like these are kind of neglected shades in the modern renaissance. Like everybody focuses on like Love Letter and Venetian Red and Red Ochre and the shimmers, Real Gar, but they don't think to use poor old raw sienna and golden ochre very often. And I just like using those colors by themselves. Like a lot of people reach for burnt orange more. Okay, now I'm gonna take Cypress Umber, which is closer to the lash line. Looking forward to doing some like Christmassy glam looks. The reason I got this zoomed out for this video is because we're gonna do like the full face and everything. Showing you how I get a very kind of flawless, but wearable and soft look. It's not like overly dramatic. This is my realistic like glam for a special occasion or an event, like say like a wedding or something like that, where I don't want to be like glam, you know? I'm not doing a cut crease or something. This is for like, you know, a formal event, if you will, but not like a Mardi Gras ball or something where you're gonna do something a little more fun. This is just like a look that I wear to just look pretty and kind of refined. I'm taking Tempera here. I'm kind of gonna keep the eyes matte, I think. I'm not sure yet. I may put some Miracle highlight in there. I don't do a lot in the lash line, in the lower, like in the waterline, because it really irritates my eyes, like really bad. It hurts like the next day, and then I can't do makeup for like a couple days because my eyes are so irritated. So you know what, I'm just not gonna bother with it. I don't feel like it's something that I need to do anyway. Using Cypress Umber, just really kind of smoking that lower lash line out. This flat brush again from e.l.f. Use it clean, flat blendy brush, and just soften this edge under here. Now, I like a little bit more of a smokier look because I think with my eyes, it's my eye shape and everything, I find it very flattering. I don't think it looks like too much on me. Like some people, it can look over the top, but also I'm somebody who wears a lot of makeup on a regular basis, so it doesn't seem out of character for me or anything. This is like, seems just toned down and pretty. Because I mean, the looks I do on my channel, like on here and on my blog and stuff that you guys see, those are looks I wear out like on a regular basis. But I wouldn't say they're looks I wear to like formal like weddings and stuff, obviously. They're more like going out looks, like going to a bar or, you know, parties, that kind of thing. Onto the skin. My skin's like super dry today, so I went ahead and used the Retinol Correction Max Daily Hydration Cream from Rock. This is Advanced Anti-Wrinkle Formula, fragrance-free 24-hour deep hydration. I quite like this. I feel like it does really well. I don't know if this actually has retinol in it. Yeah, well, I guess it does have some retinol in there. So I've used this already today. I'm skipping SPF today because it is already 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and by the time I leave the house it's gonna be nighttime, so it's just not necessary. I'm indoors, I'm not getting any sunlight, so I'm just gonna skip it today, okay? Normally I would go in with SPF at this point, but for primer, again, since I'm kind of dry, I'm gonna go use the Wet n Wild Rose Serum Primer, Put a Focus, Rose Serum Primer, whatever. I just posted a review of the entire Rebel Rose collection, including this primer, which I quite enjoy, especially on days when I'm dry. I'm just gonna take it just all over the face. I'm a primer girl, by the way. I love a good primer, and this is one that I really enjoy. Especially my chin is so dry. Oh my goodness, around my mouth. right now. I usually have that trouble in the winter. Just that area gets really dry and irritated. I'm gonna let that soak in for a minute here. You can see I'm really broke out. Like, I haven't had a breakout like that in a while. I guess it's hormones coming up on that time of month, and maybe I'm just a little stressed about stuff. I don't know. Am I stressed? Probably, yeah. I'm kind of generally always stressed. Slightly. And it just kind of, some days more than others. But right now I'm not really that stressed. I'm slightly stressed, let's put it that way. But nothing out of the ordinary, just normal life stress. Okay, so in the T-zone, everywhere that have like pores and some issues, I'm gonna go ahead and take the Angel Veil from NYX. This is one of my holy grail favorite primers. It is, oops, quite comparable to the Hourglass Mineral Veil primer. Either way, I'm gonna take this around my T-zone nose. This region. Really kind of work it in. This just really smooths the skin out. Yes, I know my finger is yellow looking. That it looks like I've been chain smoking cigarettes, doesn't it? That's hair color. It's hair dye. That is my where I got hair dye on my finger. Because my glove broke and just the one finger was exposed and I didn't even notice. So now it looks like I have a nicotine stain on my finger so bad. I know I'm being really extra layering primers, but sometimes more is more, as Tati says, okay? For foundation, I'm not sure which I want to use yet. For foundation, I've been mixing two from L'Oreal recently. The Infallible Pro Glow and the Infallible Fresh Wear. I don't know why, but I think they make a pretty combination together and look really good on my skin. Shakeable Pro Glow here. I really need to get my proper shade. I need my pearl shade. My Fresh Wear. I'm almost out of this one, I think. It's feeling pretty light. I'm just gonna mix them together with my finger here on the back of my hand because I didn't wash my palette. I use a little like bowl palette thingy to mix my foundation in most days to keep it from running everywhere. Because when I do it on my hand, it sometimes will drip. I'm using my InStylish sponge, which I was sent in PR to review. And I have an affiliate code, so this product is sponsored, I guess? I'm not sure what the FTC wants us to say anymore. InStylish sent me this sponge, and I reviewed it, and I like it, and I have an affiliate code. You can get 10% off your first purchase with InStylish using code Bankester. Link in the description box. Full disclosure, they sent me this sponge. And as I said, it's like a little teddy bear pat in your face, and it feels lovely. A little teddy bear paw, and I love it. But I think I see why they want you to change them out every couple weeks rather than like 3 months because they are quite hard to clean. But I use such minimal product, so I don't hate that even though I'm really wanting to use up the one foundation. So I can have an excuse to buy my proper shade. I can't bring myself to like waste that one even because I can make it work. Oh, I got a little frown on my neck there I need to cover up too. You ever not have a pimple for a while and forget how bad they hurt? That's how I feel right now. Shit. They hurt. Foundation is done. Let's move on to concealer. Wipe my hand off. For concealer, I think I'm gonna use my e.l.f. because I love it so much. The e.l.f. 16-hour camo concealer. I know I used the CoverGirl on my eyes, but I'm gonna use this one here for under the eyes for actual concealing. Just gonna take just a teenser, just a little bit. I can get away with using the tiniest amount of product with this sponge, dude. Insane. I mean, this is a pretty full coverage concealer, and I feel like you only need a little tiny bit of it anyway, but I can really use a tiny bit of it now. Ow, my chin hurts. A little bit down the nose. Alright, and on these parts I really need to kind of conceal a little better, like right here, these little, I'm gonna take the undercover from CoverGirl because it is a little bit deeper than the e.l.f. one. I'm just gonna take my finger. It's actually closer to my skin tone. Do a little more spot concealing here. Now I'm gonna set my face. Make sure it dries all nice and smooth and not creasing. And to set my face, I'm gonna use my Maybelline Fit Me loose setting powder. It's in the shade Fair Light because I am a ghost. I'm taking it on my little sponge and really knocking it off here. This sponge will pick up so much. Alright, on the rest of the face, I'm going to take a powder brush and just hit the perimeter. Just to make sure all that gets set too, but not so hardcore set. It just needs to not be tacky. Today's look. I'm going to use this one from NYX. I got its Stage On clearance on sale. This is the Double Date Cheek Contour Duo. This is in the lightest shade. It's a little warm, but I think it'll look okay today with these eyes. I'm taking on a Sunny Keshik, kind of one of these brushes, which I don't see people use anymore. I am knocking excess off in the back of the hand, of course. I'm going to take it just along here, following the natural hollow of my cheek and blending up. You always want to blend up. Start kind of at the top of the ear, let it flow into the hair. Yeah, I don't know if I like this contour color. Relax your face, follow your natural bone shape, and blend up. Don't distort your face, just find your natural hollow. If you distort your face, you're putting color where there's not an actual hollow, or you're not putting in the right position. You need to relax your face and let it be its natural position when you contour and stuff. Don't like do this, and because you know what? Your face moves and you're gonna end up with a brown down here. Just don't do it. And same thing, but don't go like distort your under your jawline either. Just follow your natural jawline and emphasize it. I'm gonna soften this contour. Trust me, I'm not a fan of it. This color don't think on me. It's definitely not a color I normally use. Kind of emphasize my chin a little bit. And always blend this one down, because you don't want brown coming up on your face unless you're really trying to minimize your jaw shape, your jaw size. Otherwise, blend down. You're just trying to give some definition and reduce like double chin. Alright, I'm gonna switch to a softer brush. I'm gonna use this one from Wet n Wild, just like just an angled blush brush. I don't know what they call this one. It's not written on it. I think it's their contour brush. Put a little bit on it, knock the excess off, and just really kind of work this. Blend it up around the hairline right in here. See, I have a natural contour right here, so I follow that. Just really trying to blend that and get it softer than it is. That's a pretty strong contour, but I think it'll work out once we get everything blended. I also don't bring my contour all the way down to my mouth. I stop about mid-eye, mid-pupil. And I naturally have a thing right here where it kind of goes down, but I don't pull the contour down. I pull it up. Because if I pull it down in here, it's going to make my face look more gaunt and kind of saggy. And it's going to look a little more masculine and also a little bit aged, I think. Unless I'm doing like a Halloween makeup look or something where I really want to look more ghoulish or something, I do emphasize that more. But just for a pretty look, I don't. Okay, let's move on to the nose real quick. I'm going to take a smaller brush. I actually like using this brush. It's a double-ended brush from Eco Tools. I think it's from their little eye kit. You can get it at Walmart for like $5. It's super good for contouring. Actually, both in the collection are. This one I actually use for my brows a lot of times, but I like this end because it's like a flat kind of pack your own brush. I like to use it for contouring as well. And this little smudgy end is really good for getting right in there and contouring nicely. I don't know, I like these brushes for that, and it's basically what they're exclusively used for, with cream and powder. So I'm gonna very lightly dip into that, knock off all the excess, and get right in here. And I have a little ridge under here, little indent, so I just follow that and bring it down the little cupid's bow area and soften it. This is where I have a natural kind of shadow, so I go with it. And of course, blend and soften right in here. It's the natural shape of my nose. I'm not really contouring it to make it super small or anything, because I have a relatively small nose as it is. I'm just kind of getting so it's not flat looking. And going up and then into the eyeshadow and kind of blending upward like this direction. A little bit of product went a long way. Alright, it looks a little bit something like this right now. I kind of blend it into my eyeshadow, so I'm going to take my eyeshadow brush again, a fluffy one, just kind of let that flow right in here into the eyeshadow. Alright, and now I'm going to soften that up a little bit with my powder brush. Because it can look a little harsh, sometimes I use my sponge. But once the rest of the face is on and we've buffed everything out, it's going to look fine. And also I take this around the mouth to give myself more of a fuller lip. I know it looks totally weird like right now, like I got a chocolate milk mustache. One of those things. You gotta trust me on it. Alright, so next I'm gonna do a little bit of bronzing. Not that I really need it that much after using this guy. This lighter shade I don't really use for anything in this palette, because I don't find it exactly light enough to highlight on me. It's a little too yellowy, undertoned or something. I'm not sure how I feel about this guy. It's okay. It's very pigmented. Very pigmented. So I think it will work on quite a variety of skin tones, just maybe a hair too deep for me. I don't know, it's pretty strong looking on me. And that was me using a light hand. What did I say it's gonna do next? Bronze. This is my bronzer brush I love to use. This is just a tapered fluffy brush, giant fluffy brush from Sonia Kashuk. And for bronzer, I'm wanting to feel kind of bougie and pretty today, so I'm going to use my Hourglass Ambient Lighting Bronzer in Luminous Bronze Light. Shake off the excess and just come around. Just bring it around town. This will kind of blend that contour a little bit. Not too worried about it. That was a strong contour today though. Oopsie. The nose a little bit with it, and just try to bring this around the perimeter of the face. This is kind of one of the most perfect bronzers ever, especially if you're pale like me. It is perfect. Alright, and next for blush. Now I'm going to go ahead and highlight, then we're going to do blush. I'm so lit, we're just going to use it with a very light hand. You know what highlighter I wish I had? The Amrezy one from ABH. I never got my hands on that one. It's so pretty, I wish I had it. Does anybody know a dupe for it? Or if it's still available? You can see I'm just using this pretty lightly. I'm not wanting to be like glowing like I usually do. We're going for a soft, just pretty glow. A little bit on the tip of the nose right up here. I'm not going to put it on the chin because my chin is textured right now and not happy. Alright, now we're going to do blush. I'm going to take my blush brush. My blush brush here from BH Cosmetics. I think I'm going to go into good old Mood Exposure from Hourglass. Start here, higher part behind the cheek, and come in. And this just blends the contour, the bronze, the highlight all together. And I'm also using a pre-light hand, but this just marries everything into one. A little bit on the nose, because I just like a little bit of blush on the tip of the nose. I don't know why I do. I'm just gonna pull this around just to give a nice healthy flush. Now I'm gonna take just this e.l.f. brush right here. This is just a flawless face brush. I'm gonna go into dim and diffuse light, kind of back and forth between both of them, and just buff. This is a very soft dual fiber brush. I'm using a pre-light hand. You see how that just kind of softens everything and just makes it all flow and marry into one another and makes the skin look a little more luminous and healthy and not too cakey or flat or too dry looking, and just softens all the contours and everything else. More of a flat kind of pointy brush here. This is an e.l.f. blush brush, but I like to use it kind of under the eye. I'm taking the lightest shade, which I believe is Dim Light. It can either be diffused or dim, I don't know. It's the lightest one. I'm kind of just taking it under here and right in here, just to brighten up this area. If you feel like you lost some of your highlighter, I'm just gonna take my highlighter brush with whatever's left on it. So I'm gonna take whatever's left there on my highlight brush and just make sure it's still got some glow there. Very lit within, from within, natural glow. You know what? Let's touch it up just a touch, just a tad. I kind of blended away too much. I'm taking the tiniest amount though, just right in here. And that's the skin pretty much done right there. I'm gonna go back to eyes now, and I think I'm gonna do a little bit of mascara and a touch of eyeliner just right in the roots of the lashes. I'm gonna use a brown liner for that. Use a liquid liner or anything. Okay, this is a gel liner pencil from Maybelline's Tattoo Studio in the shade Bold Brown. Take this just right up here on the upper lashes, just right into the roots. Take the smudgy brush I used earlier and just kind of soften that. And pull down just right here, very softly. Right into the roots of the lashes, not in the waterline. So let's go ahead and do mascara and lips. I'm gonna go ahead and do my setting spray. Look good with this. A red lip. Yeah, I think we're gonna do a red lip. We're gonna use Charlotte Tilbury in Legendary Queen. I think that's the lip shade we're gonna use. I have a lip liner in Streetwalker, something, the Walk of Shame. I use something not very nice sounding. See, I do overline my lips. I start with my natural lip line and then kind of come out just a little bit under here. I exaggerate this part and then bring it back into my natural lip line. My lower lip doesn't really need it a whole lot because it's quite large compared to my upper lip. So you can see when I relax, I have a very pouty lower lip. So I want to get some filler on the top one, even them out. Go ahead and fill in the lip. And for the upper lip, I'm going to start on this outer corner and come around. Kind of rounding out and Cupid's bow a little bit because I have a very pointy, sharp Cupid's bow. And just cheaten the lip line a little more. So I kind of even out the proportions there a little bit. Try to Legendary Queen from Charlotte Tilbury. Okay, I think for a finishing touch on the eye, I'm going to take just a little bit of Primavera on a little detail brush. A little detailer brush from Real Techniques. Take just a teeny touch of Primavera, which is the shimmer. Put it right in here. Let's get a little bit of a glow in the inner part of the eye. Yeah, right there. That looks good. It's a little bit of a shine right there. I feel like the eye just needs something. And this eye look will work on mature eyelids as well. It's a very universally flattering eyeshadow shade, especially the shimmer, the small amount of shimmer that I'm using, because it's so concentrated right in there. I know a lot of ladies with more mature eyelid skin are kind of about using a shimmer on the lid, but you can just find a way that makes you comfortable. Like just maybe do just the teensiest little bit like right in the inner corner and go from there and play and experiment and see what looks good to you. What do you think looks good? Who cares if somebody says it's wrong? If you feel beautiful, that's all that fucking matters. So as long as you feel pretty, who cares if you put shimmer all over your eye and didn't even use a matte in the crease or whatever. There's no real rules to makeup. We have guidelines we follow, but it's not set in stone, oh, you have to do makeup this way. No. There's just certain little guidelines you just tend to follow because it makes it easier, and they're just universally flattering things. But you don't have to do them. You can do whatever you want. And that's what's fun about makeup. It washes off at the end of the day. Some of y'all's ugly attitudes do not wash off at the end of the day. Yeah, your shitty attitude doesn't wash off at the end of the day, Karen. Let people live. Do what they want. You ain't hurting anybody. Go for it. Okay, now let's do some mascara and finish this look off. I'm gonna use the It Cosmetics Superhero Mascara because I've been really into it lately. Eyelash Torture Device. I don't know what brand this one is. It came in Ipsy. God knows how long ago, but you might. I don't know. I have no idea. It just came in Ipsy. God, like 5 years ago. Back when I actually got Ipsy. It's a nice lash curler though. Ew, whew, that's a chunk came out. Goodness gracious. It's a loaded down wand. This is a lovely mascara. I do see the hype around it. Oh, come on. I did on both sides. Oh, okay. So if you get mascara on your lids, just let it dry and it'll flake right off in just a minute. Okay, and we are finished. Hold on, let me put my earrings on. I always forget to put my earrings on, I have to stop. I just went and just the hair, fixed it, and I actually really like my hair right now. I think it looks pretty good. These are just some GB earrings I think I got at Walmart. But they remind me of Typo Negative, like the Typo Negative symbol, but it's just the runway. And I kind of like the minimalist look they have. I don't know, I like them. They're cool looking, they're weird. And they were $1 at Walmart, like $1.99 or something. See that little section like $1.99 earrings that are hypoallergenic and everything? So hell yeah. I try to get a pair every time I go just about because I like to have different earrings to wear in different videos. Okay, so George's hair. This is the finished look using the Modern Renaissance to do a nice soft glam. See, I cleaned up my little bit of mascara, no problem, with a Q-tip. And yeah, I love this look. This is kind of just a classic go-to for when I want something kind of formal and nice and just pretty without being over the top like green eyeshadow or something. It's just a nice soft glam. And yeah, I put just a hint of shimmer on the lid. This is a look that I think can translate for any age. You could wear this to prom, you could wear this to a funeral. This is one of those looks that span the ages. I think it's universally flattering. It can work for mature skin, young skin, anybody. All you have to do is maybe adjust the colors to suit you best. I went with some odd kind of neutral, almost yellowy browns because I have kind of a new hair color and I'm just experimenting and playing. What is it about getting a new hair color? Just makes your haircut look better. Y'all know I hate my haircut like so much, but like it looks cute today. I don't know, all I do is blow dry it. Whatever. Having a good hair day and I'm not mad about it. You could also pair this look with like any lip under the sun too. I of course went with a red because red is my kind of classic glam and I wanted to feel fancy, so I used like Hourglass and Charlotte Tilbury on the lips. And yeah, this is kind of my bougie feeling look. Anyway, if you like seeing how I got this nice soft glam full face tutorial, let me know in the comments down below. And would you guys like to see a no makeup kind of look? I kind of want to do one of those because it's not something I do very often. I think it'll be a little bit of a challenge to myself. Let me know in the comments if you want to see that. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Stay spooky. Bye now.